All right, here we have the Zebra Midge. This is a super simple fly, but a super productive fly. I know many fly fishers who have this in their fly box at all times. This is a size 14 hook with a bead on the front of it, and I'm using some 6/0 black thread, and you're gonna put some loops right behind the bead, and that'll both keep the bead in place, but also start to build the tapering of this body. And all throughout tying this fly, you're gonna be building this taper back from larger towards the eye of the hook down to a tapered body towards the actual hook side. So building up again some wraps towards the front, going slowly back down towards the hook side, coming back to keep that taper ideally going from thick to thin on the hook itself. Getting a good base down and building the taper. And then I've seen this tie with a few different materials. This is just some simple silver wire. This is in a medium gauge, and you kind of want to tuck it in a little bit underneath the actual bead part, and then get some wraps over that. And again, wrapping that back all the way down towards when the hook starts to form towards the hook side, and keeping that taper built while you go down, back around, down, back around, getting the wire wrapped down almost to the halfway point where that hook starts to bend towards the back part. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to keep updates coming. Like the video, and then let me know down below, again, your thoughts on this particular fly, some flies you're tying, and I'd love to hear maybe some tips and tricks that you have in your fly tying journey. Once you get back to the bottom part of this fly, you're gonna take your thread and wrap it in a counterclockwise motion. And when you do this with the thread, it begins to unwind the natural wind of the thread, and it's gonna give you a flatter thread to put a finishing pass on the hook itself. And because this thread is the only texture that the fly has, this helps to give it a smoother piece. Some different thread lays down different as you unwind it. This particular thread I found didn't particularly lay down as flat and smooth as maybe some flat wax thread would, but it still turned out having the same effect. So again, a few wraps, and then as you get about halfway down, it starts to wind up on itself again, so you have to unwind it again, and keeping at least one solid pass of an unwound thread going back down towards the hook side. And you're going to want your thread to end back up at the eye side of the hook, because once you wind the wire, you're going to use that thread to finish tying it off. So then you can grab your wire, and I use the rotary vise to wind this. You can also just use your fingers going back and forth, and you want to keep this as fairly evenly spaced as you can, winding back up towards the bead side. Once you get up towards the bead side, you're going to take your thread and tie off the wire. I put a few loops on this side of the wire and a few loops on the other side of the wire, just to really get it to stick in there. Once you're happy with the connection point, you're going to helicopter this off. It took a few helicopter winds to get this particular wire to break, but break it off, and then you can put some more loops to just keep that broken off piece tied down behind that bead. And then you can grab your whip finisher and put some finishing loops, again tucking the thread right behind that bead to finish off the front part of this fly. Snip off the thread with your scissors, and there you have the Zebra Midge. Hope you enjoyed this one. Happy tying!